Want to know how to engage audiences as a public speaker? Well, I'm about to share with you 4 amazing ways to do so. Number 4 is the most powerful one. If you do it right, they will invite you to speak again, and they will refer you to their friends or to other meeting planners. But first, let me tell you this. If you are not engaging your audiences, you are not making an impact. In fact, it's not even a speech you are giving. It's called a lecture without engagement. So let's get to the 4 ways to engage audiences. Number 1, have them finish a phrase. Let me give you an example. Ladies and gentlemen, you must protect your mind. It's your greatest asset. Don't let people mess with your mind. How many of you have heard this before? Garbage in, garbage, and they repeat out. Do you see? Number 2, you ask questions. The first type of question you can ask is called a rhetorical question. Here's the way it works. I might say, why is it that more people are not setting goals? That's a rhetorical question because I'm not asking them to answer. I'm just posing a question so that they can think. The other type of question might be a direct question. I might ask, how many of you would like this year to be your best year ever? That leads me to number 3. Have them raise their hands. The question I asked them about how many of you would like to have your best year ever, I would raise my hand first so that they get a cue to raise their hands to answer the question. Number 4, get them to participate. It's actually a combination of number 3 and number 4 together. Let me give you an example. From what I found out, your goal this year is to raise customer satisfaction by 25%. Am I right? And they raise their hands. The technique is you find out what is the vision, what is the goal, what is it that they are trying to achieve. Here's the engagement. So I'm just wondering, how many of you are on board to raise the customer satisfaction? Again, they're going to raise their hands. I'm going to ask another question. How many of you are fully committed personally to make sure that goal is achieved? They will raise their hands. You always keep your hand up. The participation is this. Ask them by tables or by groups to get together and write down 3 things that they are committing to doing throughout the year personally to make sure that the customer satisfaction goes up. You give them about a minute or so to do that. In the meantime, you go to a table or to a group of people and you engage with them. You watch what they are doing, just observe them. Then you ask for some volunteers to share the 3 things that they will commit to doing to make sure that customer satisfaction goes up. Of course, if you have 1,000 people or maybe 800, 500 people like I do sometimes, you will not have time to do all of them, but you ask for maybe 2 or 3 volunteers to come up front or to stand up, and then they will say, I will do this, I will do that. Do you see what I'm talking about? That's engagement at the highest level. If you go to speak, you don't engage. Let me share this with you. The meeting planner, the event planner is looking for 2 things from a speaker. Number 1, engagement. Number 2, education. So that's engagement and education. If you incorporate all the 4 ways into your speech, you'll be a powerful public speaker. Of course, I just gave you some examples, but you can include those throughout the entire speech.